we're going to look at how we subtract, and these methods are very similar to adding. We would start with objects to begin with, so I'm going to use pasta shells because these are things that you would have access to at home. So we're going to start with our biggest number, our number 9. We're going to get our 9 pasta shells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're going to subtract our 4. We're going to take it away. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to count what we have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we would move on to the number line to write down a written method. So we would draw our empty number line, and we would start at this end because we're going to move backwards. So we're going to start with our biggest number, our 9. We're going to make 4 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, subtract 1 is 8, subtract 1 is 7, subtract 1 is 6, subtract 1 is 5. Now again, when we move on to our year 2s, we are again looking at the same method, but we would expect the children to be able to do the 10s and the 1s. So we would draw our empty number line. We would start with our biggest number, our 39, and we would break up our 14 into the 10s and the 1s. So I want 1 10s jump, and 4 1 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Subtract 1, subtract 1, subtract 1, subtract 1. So it's 39, subtract 10, 29, subtract 1, 28, subtract 1, 27, subtract 1, 26, subtract 1, 25. The children can use 100 square to support them with their counting, but during year 2 we would expect them to be able to do this mentally. Now when we're looking at missing number problems, which the children would get in their arithmetic test in year 2, we would talk about the inverse. So we would talk about adding being the opposite to subtracting, and that if we work backwards we can work out what this missing number is. So we would talk about having 19 and subtracting something to equal 14. So to work out what that something is, I need to work out what that missing number is. So I can do it mentally. I can put 14 in my head and I can count up, or I could subtract it from 19 to work out what that missing number was. So I could do my method again, my 19, subtract my 14, 1, 2, 3, 4 ones, so then they take away their 10s, they've got 9, take away 1 8, take away 1 7, take away 1 6, take away 1 5. So they've got 19 subtract 5 equals 14. And then they can also check to see if that's the right answer. Now if they were doing the inverse for an add, let's say they had something add 7 equals 14, we would then talk about, well, I know that this number has to be another small number because my biggest number always goes at the end. So I want to add something to 7 to make 14. So to work out what I want to add, I need to work backwards because I'm looking at the inverse, I'm looking at the opposite. So I want to then look at, well, what's 14 subtract 7 to work out what my answer is from the start. So I draw my number line, start with my 14, and I would do my 7 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 13, take away 1 is 12, take away 1, 11, take away 1, 10, take away 1, 9, take away 1, 8, take away 1, 7. So I know that 7 add 7 equals 14. Now the inverse method can be quite tricky because at times you're not actually doing the opposite, you're doing the same, but at times you're then doing the opposite. So we always encourage the children to talk about the problem to work out what they need to do.